This is the third video of your invitation writing. Till now, we have discussed the format of card type formal invitation, and we have tried to even note down the various points that we have to keep in mind for drafting an ideal card type invitation. Children, you will have to practice. The more you practice, I have just shown you one sample question. Until and unless you don't practice 4 5 of them, there are only very limited types of card types of invitations which are set in the examination. If you could just practice all the 4 5 of them, you will be able to build up your confidence for drafting a card type invitation. And now in this particular video, I am going to discuss the letter type formal invitation with all of you. Fine. So because it is a formal invitation, it has to be written in the format of a formal letter. Remember this. Formal invitation, letter type, so has to be written in the format of the formal letter. The only difference is that we don't write in 3 paragraph format, we write in 1 paragraph format. I've already highlighted it here that you have to write it in 1 paragraph format. Okay. Apart from this, you also need to understand that because this is a letter type invitation, it is meant for one person only. It is not meant for a group of people. Okay, if I have to invite all the people of a colony for a show that I'm going to organize, I don't have to write a letter type invitation for that. Okay, if I want to call all the parents, I want to invite all the parents for a particular event, maybe a book fair which is going to be organized in our school, I don't have to write a letter type invitation. But yes, if I want to call somebody to come and be the chief guest, come and maybe inaugurate the book fair, so for a one-on-one invitation, I need to draft a formal letter type invitation. So we are going to see how to write this invitation. See, we have written the sender's address, Genius Public School, Model Town, Delhi. We have followed the format of a formal letter. I have not punctuated the address. I have followed the 3 line format of address. I have left a line here. I have written the date. There is no superscription. There is no RDTH there, no full stop, comma, no dashes, slashes, hashes format. Okay. Then I have left a line again over here. If I don't have the designation, like I want to invite Mr. Ruskin Bond, okay, for a particular event in my school. So for that, I can straight away write the name of the chief guest also. If the chief guest has a designation, so we can write the designation of the chief guest. Maybe I'm calling the vice president of some particular company, or a CEO of a company to come and have a workshop in my school, so I can write the designation of that particular person. But if the person does not have any designation, we can simply write Mr. Ruskin, but don't write author, writer. That is not a designation. Okay, that is his profession. Then Mr. Ruskin Bond, the receiver's address in 3 line format. Then I have written the salutation. Fine, we can write respected or dear anyone. Sir, there is no comma over here. Then I have written the subject. Subject has to be precise and very, very concise, as I have told you always. And it has to be highlighted. So I have underlined the subject here: request to preside over the screening of the play King Lear. Then see how I have written in 1 paragraph format: the literary club of the school is going to stage Shakespeare's famous play King Lear on 20th July. 20, you can write the current year, or if you don't want to write the current year, you can just put two crosses at 9:30 a.m. in the auditorium of the school. Just like a card type invitation, you have to write the date, you have to write the time, you have to write the venue, you have to talk about the occasion, the name of the event. We shall be highly obliged if you could spare some time out of your busy schedule to be the chief guest for the occasion. In anticipation of a confirmation from your end. So see what a technical invitation it is. It has this fixed kind of a language. You can't use a very flowery language, or you can't go on talking about things. You have to be very to the point, very very exact. Within the limited words, you have to talk about everything, give the information, and of course show your politeness, your humility. In anticipation of a confirmation from your end, kindly oblige by reverting as soon as possible. Thank you. Warm regards, Khushi Roy, Secretary, Literary Club. This thank you can be omitted. You may write the word thank you, you may not write the word thank you. If you write thank you, nobody is going to award you extra marks. If you don't write thank you, nobody will deduct marks also. Okay. Warm regards, we have to take care that W has to be capital, R has to be capital. The designation is mentioned over here, or it can be mentioned on the top also before the sender's address. Both ways it is correct. There is no problem at all. That's all for this particular video. In my next video, I will talk about informal invitations. Okay, I have already talked about formal invitations, both the types of formal invitations, card type invitation and letter type invitation. Now I'm going to talk about the informal invitation in my next video.